do you feel about building luxury homes on the city farm property? So it was, well, we were kind of going to go down the road. We'll start here, and then each time we do another question, we'll start with the next person, work your way back, so you get a chance of being first and last, and that kind of thing. So we'll start with Sharon.
Oh, I'm very passionate about saving green space in Newport News. I have worked with the city to make sure that the Green Foundation continues to collect all the parcels of land possible. And if you ride throughout the city, you see their little spaces and you see their emblem there. Those those lots are supported by the city, and in addition, they raise funds to gather some of that land. I don't have any plans to build anything at Riverview Farm Park. I'm still waiting for the process of the archaeological dig to go through, so I have no plans of building anything there.
I'm very passionate about making sure that we don't have development at Riverview Farm Park. I think that should be a park for the city, a park for our future. I've been active in the Riverview Farm Park movement for a year now, as is my wife. We feel very strongly about this. I've also been endorsed by the Sierra Club because I've been working with them for quite some time as well. And I have also been active in the Green Foundation here in Newport News to make sure that we have green spaces for our community. I feel very passionate about this issue. It's one of the things that caused me to actually run for the city council. It's the first issue on any of my flyers.
I am very passionate about saving green space. It really concerns me that this is still part of the conversation because the plan originally made for that land was back in 1991, and here we are in 2018, and we're still talking about the same exact thing. I am 100% against building any homes, whether they're luxury or anything else, on that piece of property. I believe that it's important that the area remains zoned to park at Riverview Farm Park, and that does include City Farm. It's important that we extend the park down to the waterfront. I'm not thinking about just the people that's sitting in this room or myself, but for generations to come. It's important that that area remains a park. In addition to that, and running for office and being in the community, I'm realizing that a lot of people don't realize how vital that area is, or it's not a huge Newport News or Hampton issue that we save the park. So that's something moving forward, even after May 1st, that I've agreed to work with to bring more awareness to save Riverview Farm Park through my platform in AAU Track and Field and my platform on social media. So I'm really excited about that. But to answer the question, I'm 100% passionate about green space, and I really would like to see that area remain a park.
Kind of reiterate what everybody else said, I also want the City Farm Park to stay a park. I mean, that was what the original plan was. The city needs to honor that pledge and keep with it. It needs to stay a park for future generations. No luxury home building or anything needs to be down there. I've actually said one of the things I'd like to see is working on that area to make it more park accessible to more people, making fields out of those areas, making a waterfront area, making almost like a Yorktown Beach kind of area. It'd be a lot of things. I think long term you'd make more money out of that area, making it a functional park for the whole city rather than just something for 40, 50 luxury homes. It'd be a lot more access to the entire community as really a city park. So that's what I'd like to see. Thank you.
All right, again, my name is Curtis Bethany, and I'm running for City Council in the North District. I'd say I'm very passionate, just to echo what has been said about preserving the green space. I don't want to see any kind of residential development at Riverview Farm Park because I believe it's our last opportunity to have a park with access to the beautiful view of the James River. That's the last opportunity that we have in the northern part of the city. Of course, if you go downtown, you can go to Huntington Park, but I also think we need to take care of the parks that we do have. So I'd say I'm very passionate about preserving the green space and no residential development at Riverview Farm Park. Expand the park. It's called Riverview Farm Park, but there is no Riverview. So that's just common sense to me. But yes, so please expand it and vote for me on May 1st.
Well, I'll be honest with you, now is a great time to have the last name Green. Absolutely great time. We're talking about green space, green technology. I grew up downtown Newport News where there was coal dust that actually came over to our city, and you would wake up in the morning, swipe your finger across the window sill, and there'd be tons of dust. So what we have here is a battleground issue. we have to determine, there's no waffling, there is no study, a study to make sure absolutely the park is healthy and it remains healthy. But this is not a tough issue. Less than 5% green space left in our city. That's a critical metric to keep track of. So I'm not in favor of building anything. I don't need to go and do a study. I don't need to go and pay consulting fees to tell me how we can potentially turn this into a residential area, because it will not happen. We should treat this last 5% of our green space the same way that the federal government treats our national parks. We should protect it. In '91, we understood it. Today, we have to understand it, and we have to put in place a way to protect it for generations to come. As mayor of the city of Newport News, you have my word. That's what I will do. I will protect our last 5% of our green space, but I'll need your help to do it on May 1st.